Hi, my name is Ed Childs, and I'd like to share with you this collection entitled Grace Unbounded, Short and Easy Lord's Supper Preludes. Included are 16 settings for organ. As the title states, they are short and easy. Short meaning 2 pages each with 1 or 2 clear statements of the tune. Easy meaning simplified pedal parts with minimum notes and uncomplicated parts for the manuals. There are a few settings for manuals only. The arrangements are suitable for beginning organists or experienced players. Each one is readable at sight with a minimum challenge. The settings are contemplative, thoughtful, and reflective. The melodies are always obvious, accompanied by basic counterpoint. The melodies are from a variety of sources, from chant to folk song. The mixtures of melodies includes mostly standard German sources, but also include from the Genevan Psalter, the French Picardy, and even an American hymn. I use compositional techniques such as canon, pedal point, and ostinato. While they're obviously intended for Lord's Supper observances, these may be used in other parts of the service, including as hymn introductions. I'm grateful to Concordia Publishing House for their processing of this book, including the beautiful package display that you see here. And as an added incentive for you, J.W. Pepper, a major source for church music sales, lists this book as an editor's choice. I hope you will consider Grace Unbounded for your ministry and even use it in your teaching. Thanks very much.
Hello, my name is Rick Gieseke, and I appreciate the invitation from CPH to give you an insight into my composition, Truly Present, Christ is With Us, for this virtual choral reading session. In my 50-plus years in the ministry, I have been blessed and honored to serve in parishes with smaller church choirs. These choirs were made up of people who were interested in adding a choral dimension to the worship life of their congregations. Truly Present, Christ is With Us is a text written by Greg Wismar, who invited me to provide a tune and setting for his wonderful and insightful text focusing on Holy Communion. As I began crafting the shape of the melody, I let the text be my guide, focusing on the inflections of the text, and let the rhythm of the text be the determining factor that would eventually shape the melody and the meter. Stanza 1 is a straightforward setting of the text, unison with a keyboard accompaniment. Stanza 2 is a two-part essay setting. The alto part not only supports the melody, but also provides the altos with an interesting vocal part to complement it as well. Stanza 3 is a three-part setting. This is in the voicing that I prefer for smaller church choirs. And since I have been always blessed with smaller church choirs in my ministry, that has been the major focus of my choral compositions. And finally, in the setting for stanza 4, it has been my experience in dealing with smaller church choirs, having the descant doubled in the keyboard makes a lot more sense for a more practical performance. If the sopranos are able to sing the descant, so be it. Their part is doubled in the keyboard. If not, the keyboard plays the descant in the setting and all the voices sing the melody. And as another practical application, the piece can be sung with whatever singers you might have available: soloist, unison choir, children's choir, SA, or SAB. My focus in writing for the smaller church choirs has been not just been writing something simple and in a somewhat straightforward manner, but in writing something that the choir can feel uplifted and inspired, not only in their performance, but also in their contribution to the worship life of God's people in their congregations. Thank you for your interest in Truly Present, Christ is with us. May it serve you well in your situation and ministry.
Truly present, Christ is with us in the bread and in the wine. At his table is forgiveness, full salvation, love divine. Truly present is his body and his blood, life-giving food, freely offered, strength providing for our everlasting good, everlasting good. Truly present is our Savior under elements the blessed. Here begins the feast of heaven. We shall share as grateful guests, as grateful guests. Truly present, Christ is with us in the bread and in the wine. With thanksgiving, taste forgiveness, full salvation, love divine, love divine.
Hey everyone, I'm thrilled that Concordia Publishing House asked me to do a little promo for a collection I've done for them for handbells. This is a collection of 4 communion hymns, and if you ever find that your group is a little smaller during a certain season, or you just are a little short-handed from time to time, this collection only uses 12 bells for each song. And what's nice about it is they're only level 2 or 2+, which means they're not beginner pieces, but you don't have to spend too much rehearsal time to pull them all together. And the nice part about working with 12 bell pieces for me is that I can present the tune usually a little bit more straightforward in the first verse, but then do a little bit variation of it on the second and maybe the third verse if I've included that. So this one is called 4 Communion Hymns for 12 Bells, and I just want to read to you the titles that are included in this collection. Here, O my Lord, I see thee face to face. I come, O Savior, to thy table. Soul, adorn yourself with gladness. And finally, at the Lamb's high feast we sing. Also notable, if you have musicians that are adept at doing four-in-hand ringing, you can do this with less than 6 people, putting two people or one person for every 2 bells. So you don't necessarily have to have 6. You could have 5, 4, or even 3, depending on the technical ability of your musicians. So I hope that you could find this collection useful for times in service when it's Communion Sunday. Thanks.